ยอมยังไม่ต้องกราบปกติยอมกราบที่หลังก็1 ปีผ่านไปแล้ว1 ปีใกล้วันตายนะโอ้ปีเก่าปีใหม่ปีนี้ก็ไม่ดีปีหน้าก็ไม่ดีวันนี้ก็เศร้าใจพรุ่งนี้ก็เศร้าใจปีนี้ก็เศร้าใจนะปีหน้าก็เศร้าใจก็เหมือนกันนอกจากของเราแก่แก่กิเลสที่อยู่ในใจที่ทำให้เราเศร้าใจสำคัญที่สุดในภาวนาของเราก็มีให้สตินะสตินั่นมันรู้ตัวหลวงตามหาบัวก็พูดเรื่องสตินะช่วงไหนที่ของเรามีสติมันกิเลสเข้าไม่ได้ไม่มีกิเลสนะคิดว่าก็มีสติแล้วมันมีความคิดและความจำที่ขึ้นมายังมีอยู่นะก็มันแปลว่าของเรายังไม่มีสติรู้ตัวนี่สำคัญที่สุดรู้มันพุทโธชาพุทโธเรียวลมหายใจลึกหรือไม่ลึกต้องรู้นี่ที่สำคัญนะไม่ต้องสนใจความคิดแบบไหนที่ขึ้นมาความจำแบบไหนที่ขึ้นมาถึงเข้าสู่สมาธิถึงไม่มีความคิดขึ้นมาถึงไม่มีความจำขึ้นมานะเนี่ยมันเรียกว่าสมาธิมันอนาคตก็ไม่มีอดีตก็ไม่มีแต่ปัจจุบันทั้งนั้นนะแล้วไม่มีใครบอกนะมันนี่สบายนะไม่มีใครมีแต่ความรู้สึกอันนี้ก็ไม่มีแต่ยินบางที่ก็แต่ยินนะบางอย่างก็มีความรู้สึกนะในเวทนาก็มีนะแต่มันไม่มีใครที่บอกว่าผมทุกข์ก็ผมไม่ทุกข์ผมเจ็บผมไม่เจ็บหรือผมสบายและไม่สบายเพราะว่าผมก็หายไปนะตัวเขาก็หายไปช่วงนั้นที่เข้าสู่สมาธิเข้าใจไหมมันต้องทำให้ได้เมื่อเข้าสู่สมาธิเสร็จแล้วแล้วเข้าสู่ก็นานนะหลังจากนี้ก็พิจารณาร่างกายนะของเราติดกับร่างกายนี้มากที่สุดนะมากที่สุดของเราคิดว่าร่างกายนี้เป็นเรานะไม่ใช่เราร่างกายก็ไม่ใช่เราทั้งขันธ์ห้าก็ไม่ใช่เรารูปก็ไม่ใช่เราเวทนาไม่ใช่เราสัญญาไม่ใช่เราสังขารก็ไม่ใช่เราวิญญาณก็ไม่ใช่เราความรู้ก็รู้วิญญาณขึ้นมาแล้ววิญญาณดับนะความรู้ก็รู้นะความคิดขึ้นมาแล้วดับนะไม่มีความคิดรู้นะความรู้เนี่ยที่สติรู้ตัวนะรู้มันความคิดขึ้นมารู้ความจำขึ้นมารู้เวทนาขึ้นมาแต่เวทนากับความรู้ก็มันต่างกันมันไม่ใช่อันเดียวกันนี่ของเราต้องเข้าใจอันนี้อย่างดีเข้าใจเมื่อเข้าใจเนี่ยมันแยกจิตออกจากขันธ์ห้านะมันดีที่สุดที่ทำเราได้หลังจากนี้ก็พิจารณาร่างกายนี่ของเราติดกับร่างกายเนี่ยมันดูแลร่างกายตั้งแต่เกิดมาก็เรียนร่างกายนี่นะฝึกร่างกายนี่ก็18 ปีฝึกเดินฝึกพูดฝึกเขียนฝึกอ่านนะฝึกคิดนะ18 ปีถึงใช้ได้หลังจากนี้ก็30 ปีหรือ35 ปีก็ใช้ได้เต็มแรงเต็มเม็ดเต็มหน่วยนะหลังจากนี้ก็เสริมไปเสริมหลงรอความตายนี่มนุษยชาติแต่มนุษยชาติสำหรับพระพุทธเจ้าก็มีประโยชน์มากที่สุดมนุษยชาติก็หาทางออกง่ายที่สุดจากวัฏสงสาร ง่ายเพราะว่ามีทุกข์กับสุขพอๆกันนะนี่เมื่อเห็นความสุขและเห็นความทุกข์แล้วผ่านไปได้แต่ต้องพิจารณาทุกขเวทนาช่วงแรกก็พิจารณาทุกขเวทนาเมื่อยังไม่มีกำลังให้พิจารณาร่างกายนะทุกขเวทนานะนี่ นั่งนานนะนั่ง2 ชั่วโมง3 ชั่วโมง4 ชั่วโมง5 ชั่วโมงนะถึงทุกขเวทนาขึ้นมาแรงๆหน่อยนะแล้วเราดูพิจารณาทุกขเวทนาอยู่ที่ไหน อยู่เข่าซ้ายหรือเข่าขวานะหรืออยู่ที่หลังหรืออยู่ที่แขนหรืออยู่ที่ ที่ขาอยู่ที่ไหนฮะ เมื่อรู้อยู่ที่ไหนก็จอดนี้ไว้นะแล้วดูแล้วถามดูนะมันอยู่ในผิวหนังอยู่ในเส้นเอ็นอยู่ในเนื้ออยู่ในกระดูกอยู่ที่ไหนฮะก่อนก็ไม่มีฮะเดี๋ยวนี้ก็มีฮะมันมาจากไหนพิจารณาดูแล้วต้องรับความเจ็บความปวดนะก่อนนะต้องรับเต็มใจนะไม่ต้องสนใจเรื่องความเจ็บความปวดของเราสนใจที่ความรู้อันเดียวรู้นะมันทุกข์เป็นอะไรนะทุกขเวทนามาจากไหนนะอยู่ที่ไหนของเรามีร่างกายตั้งแต่เกิดมาบางที่ก็ทุกข์บางที่ก็ทุกขเวทนาบางที่ก็ไม่ทุกขเวทนาเดี๋ยวนี้ของเราอยากรู้อยากเข้าใจนะทุกขเวทนามาจากไหนชอดให้ละเอียดนะแล้วดูละเอียดนะแล้วไม่ต้องสงสัยทุกขเวทนามาจากนานแล้วก็นี่นะไม่ใช่นะเวลาดูหนังก็อยู่ในเครื่องปิ้นก็ของเราหนังอยู่นานนะแต่มันไม่มีทุกขเวทนาทุกขเวทนามาจากไหนนะเวลาดูละเอียดละอ่อนนะช่วงแรกก็อาจจะอยู่ในสายขวาในเข่าขวานะแล้วหลังจากนี้ก็เกือบจับได้นะมันจะหายไปนะแล้วอยู่ใน เข่าซ้ายนะหลังจากนี้ก็อยู่ในหลังนะแล้วต้องตามตัวและสุดท้ายก็ ก็ให้ดูนะมันทุกขเวทนาเกิดที่ไหนและแก่ที่โน่นก็ได้ไม่ต้องผ่านไปทนเอาไว้นะแต่ไม่ต้องยอมรับเต็มที่นะเมื่อไม่ชอบทุกขเวทนาก็มันพิจารณาทุกขเวทนาก็ไม่ได้ก็ต้องชอบมันต้องสนใจในมันโอเคปกติของเรานะเมื่อนั่งภาวนาก็หลังจาก1 ชั่วโมงก็เหนื่อยนะอยากนอนนับนะแต่เมื่อทุกขเวทนาขึ้นมาก็ไม่นอนรับนะยินดีต้อนรับนะนี่มันทำให้เราก็เดินขึ้นมาเนาะมาดูพิจารณาดูหลังจากนี้ก็ร่างกายนี่ทอดผิวหนังออกแล้วดูภายในเป็นอะไรเนื้อนะเลือดนะน้ำเลือดนะมีอะไรมันสกปรกแล้วเทอะไปหมดนะแล้วของเราติดทำไมติดกับร่างกายเนี่ยยังไงต้องถามดูละเอียดนะเนี่ยถอดผิวหนังออกนะแล้วดูไม่อยากดูนะนี่ทำให้เราโมโหขึ้นมามันกิเลสก็ไม่ชอบกิเลสนั้นมันคิดว่าร่างกายเราก็เป็นเครื่องเล่นนะมันชอบมันเด็กชอบเครื่องเล่นคนไหนที่ เอาเครื่องเล่นของเด็กนะเด็กก็ลองหายแล้วโมโหนะของเราก็เหมือนกันพิจารณาดูร่างกายเนี่ยนะมันจะโมโหขึ้นมาเพราะว่ากิเลสก็ชอบนะชอบเครื่องเล่นนะรูปก็เป็นเครื่องเล่นนะร่างกายนี้ก็เป็นเครื่องเล่นของเขานะและสำคัญที่สุดสำหรับเขานะสำหรับกิเลสนะมันต้องถอนนะ เมื่อโมโหขึ้นมาเราก็จะเห็นนะมันจะรับได้นะมันทุกขเวทนารับได้โมโหนะแล้วโมโหมาจากไหนมาจากความคิดแบบไหน ต้องพิจารณาดูเหมือนกันนะเข้าใจไหมมีคำถามไหมไม่มีซาลีนาก็มีคำถามไหมใจยังไม่สงบฮะไป นะต้องความพยายามอยู่ที่ไหนความสำเร็จอยู่ที่นั่นนะไม่ใช่พยายามอยู่ที่นู้น และคนไม่แฟนชื่ออะไรลูโดวิก what is the name of your fan ฮะยกมินฮะยมณีdoesn't even know ยกมณียมณีมณียกมณีแล้วเป็นยังไงนะเดี๋ยวนี้พิจารณาร่างกายหรือยังพิจารณาอยู่แล้วจะเห็นอะไรเห็นความสกปรกเลอะเทอะของร่างกายไหมเห็นเยอะแล้วไม่อยากดูใช่ไหมไม่อยากมันก็เมื่อดูบ่อยๆนะมันจะโมโหขึ้นมานะก็เนี่ยมันสาเหตุของเรามันไม่มีสาเหตุสองอย่างนะมันพิจารณาร่างกายโมโหขึ้นมานะมันจะเห็นโมโหชัดๆนะเมื่อทำลายเครื่องเล่นของกิเลสมันจะโมโหขึ้นมานะและอันที่สองนะพิจารณาร่างกายจะเห็นอยู่จิตใจกับร่างกายก็ต่างกันนะนี่ทำให้นี้ก่อนนะตัดมือออกมาตัดแขนออกมาตัดทั่วออกมานะทำละเอียดละออกทำเนี่ยแล้วเห็นนะแล้ววางทั้งหมดที่นี่แล้ววางโน้ตต่อตาต่อหน้านะเนี่ยแต่มันตาก็ปิดนะมันจะเห็นหมดนะและสุดท้ายก็ไม่ได้จิตใจที่รู้ความรู้ที่หนังที่นี้เดียวก็เห็นนะของผ่าของร่างกายเนาะเนี่ยเนี่ยหัวใจนี่ก็กระดูกนี่ก็สมองนี่ก็ นี่ก็เนื้อนี่ก็เส้นนี่ก็เอ็นนี่ก็ขานี่ก็มือนี่ก็นิ้วนะเนี่ยเห็นหมดนะแต่มันอะไรที่มองดูฮะมันต้องแยกออกมานะและสุดท้ายก็เอาจับมันนะจับมันโอเคผมก็กลับมานะและวางต่อหน้านะมันก็ผมไม่มีแต่ความรู้ที่รู้นะนี่มันภาคของร่างกายนะนี่ส่วนร่างกายนี่ส่วนนี้ส่วนโน้นส่วนนั่นนะนั่นมันร่างกายอยู่ไหนฮะมันก็เห็นแต่หัวใจเห็นแต่กระดูกเห็นแต่ผิวหนังเห็นแต่ขาเห็นแต่แขนเห็นแต่เนี่ยฮะมันร่างกายอยู่ไหนฮะเมื่อประกอบเสร็จแล้วนะโอเคมีร่างกายแล้วนะและเราก็มีด้วยนะนี่มันถอดออกมานะมันจะทำให้จิตก็แยกออกจากร่างกายเนี่ยเข้าใจไหมแค่นี้ก็เมื่อไม่มีคำถามนะมันมีคำถามนะเมื่อไม่มีคำถามก็ไปได้แล้วฮะแล้วซาลีนาจะอยู่กี่วัน7 วันก็ใกล้จะไปแล้วเหรอทำไมไม่รู้กี่คนคนเดียวผู้ชายกี่อายุกี่ปี
13ค่ะอยากบวชเนรตั้งแต่ตอน7 ขวบแล้วก็ไม่อยากศึกค่ะแต่ว่าขอให้ศึกมาเรียนก่อนค่ะ
ผมก็เรียนทำดีกว่าเมื่อไม่อยากศึกก็ไม่ให้ศึกมันเรียนทำดีที่สุดนะทำไมก็แม่ก็ไม่ชอบนะต้องเรียนพิเศษเหรอฮะต้องเป็นผู้ใหญ่ต้องเป็นผู้ที่มีอำนาจเหรอฮะที่มีชื่อเสียงนะผู้ชายฮะใช่ไหมเมื่อปวดเป็นพาดีที่สุดสำหรับเขา
ใช่ค่ะแต่ว่ารอให้จบปริญญาก่อน
เมื่ออ่านได้เมื่อเขียนได้ก็ชอบเราแล้วนะฮะเดี๋ยวนี้อ่านดูชิดใจโอเคแล้วแต่โอเคแล้วปกติอยู่เมืองไหน
อยู่กรุงเทพค่ะ
อยู่กรุงเทพโอ้
เดี๋ยววันหลังก็เอาลูกชายมากราบแล้วค่ะฝากด้วยค่ะ
ฝากก็ได้นะฝากนานๆพี่สาวก็ไปหาครอบครัวแล้ว
เจ้าค่ะพอดีลูกชายเขาบอกว่าให้ช่วยเคลียร์ธุระให้หน่อย
โอเค
อาจารย์พระอาจารย์พอดีช่วงนี้ค่ะที่บ้านเขาติดโควิดกันทั้งบ้านเลยค่ะก็เลย
เดี๋ยวเราจะกลับมาแล้วมันต้องอยู่ในควอรันทีน
พอดีไม่ใช่ที่นี่แบบว่า
รู้อยู่นะเข้าใจอยู่ที่นี่ไม่เคยมีใครติดนะเนี่ยใจมันมีอิสระที่นี่นะไม่ต้องกลัวอะไรนะทุกสิ่งทุกอย่างที่เกี่ยวกับกรรมของเราคนไหนที่ติดคนไหนที่ติดนักนะมันเกี่ยวกับกรรมนะคนไหนที่ตายก็เกี่ยวกับกรรมนะมันไม่เกี่ยวกับโลกนี้โลกนั้นมันทำให้เรากลัวนะเนี่ยสลีนาก็เหมือนกันนะทำให้เรากลัวนะมันความกลัวทำให้เราคิดผิดนะคิดไม่ถูกเนี่ยอย่าไปนี่อย่าไปโน่นอย่าทำอันนี้อย่าทำอันโน้นนะมันไม่ถูกของเรามันชาวพุทธนะเมื่อกลัวตายนะมันจะนะมันของเราเกิดมาแล้วมันทุกคนก็ต้องตายและตายเพราะว่ามีกรรมเนี่ยเข้าใจนะโอเคกลับไปกุฏิก็ได้นะเดินจงกรมนั่งสมาธินะทุกขเวทนาสู้กับทุกขเวทนานะคนไหนที่อยากอยู่ต่อไปนะฟังภาษาอังกฤษก็อยู่ต่อไปก็ได้นะคนไหนที่ไม่อยากฟัง 1 year 1 year closer to death just 1 year passed by that means 1 year we are closer to our death time passes by if we don't put some effort in our practice we waste our time I don't know what's happening. I don't know how long. When does this pandemic, stop? Anytime soon? When does this fear mongering about COVID stop? I have no idea. What do they want to achieve with it? Do they really want to make the Great Reset? Make a big, make the whole world a communist country where nobody owns anything except for a few people who own everything? It doesn't work. It won't work. But that's probably, I don't know, but that is probably their intention. Making everybody afraid, and when we are afraid, we do whatever other people tell us. But we as Buddhists shouldn't be afraid. I understand if people in the West are afraid because they don't have anything, to hold on to. But we have something to hold on to. We have the Buddha Sasana, we have the Buddhist religion to hold on to. Because the Buddha, the Buddha knew everything. He knew the past lives, he knew the next lives, he knew the future, he knew the past. He knew about, why we are born and why we are die, how long we are, how long we live, and what kind of fortune or misfortune will happen to us. He tells us everything. So whatever happens to us is determined by our Kamma. We are born of our Kamma. The Buddhist chant, we are born of our Kamma. While we live, we what is we aside? We take part in our Kamma, or we are the. Now I know only the Thai words. What? We are dependent on our Kamma. We live of our Kamma, and we die because of our Kamma. If this is clear, then where can the fear of death creep in? There cannot be fear of death creeping. We know, we have only a certain amount of time to live, depending on our karma that is given to us through our own means, not through anybody else. Not anybody else decides when we are going to die. We decided in the last lives, how long we are going to live in this life, and we decided in the last lives, what kind of fortune or misfortune we have, But we don't want this, We don't want to accept it unless it is good fortune. This we can accept. If it is misfortune, we cannot accept. There must be somebody who is guilty of this misfortune. Yeah? I mean, the Christian had it very easy because they knew it was God, who put all the misfortune on them, yeah? Testing them out. Yeah? But for us, as Buddhists, that is why it is so difficult, to understand, the Buddhist religion, because we are responsible for whatever happens to us. Huh? And do we know how many people want to take on responsibility of their lives? Yeah? They want to blame this, yeah? They want to blame that, yeah? They want to blame the government, they want to blame their wife, they want to blame their husband or their kids or anybody, or this group or that group. Yeah? Now the vaccinated blame the unvaccinated for the pandemic to go on. Yeah? I mean, there is no end to the blame game. Yeah? But we as Buddhists, we know. Yeah? So, I mean, we should not be afraid of that. We should look forward, we should look forward for the time until we die and make the most of it. That is our aim, that is our goal, yeah? Especially when we are here in a monastery, to make the best of our life. Yeah? And that is the best thing that we can do. That we can do. We can practice, yeah? And practice, and especially, cut ourselves loose of the world, who is really, at the moment, it's really in shambles. I mean, if you are in a talk, you turn off the phone, yeah? Go out. We don't want to be disturbed. I mean, this is our fortune, I mean, have to come into contact with the Buddhist religion that teaches us about this. Yeah? There's no other religion. Yeah? There's no other religion in the world that teaches us this. Yeah? All other religions have a God, that we can blame for or that we can look forward to. Yeah? But this religion doesn't have any God. Yeah? I mean, yes, it has a lot of gods in all these different kinds of heavens, but they have nothing to do with us. Yeah? They're just beings, in their realm. Yeah? They enjoy the fruits of their good karma that they have previously done in the human life. But then sooner or later, they will come back as a human being. And then they have to go through the same things that we have to. Yeah? Well, some of them, after the heaven, they go directly to hell. Yeah? And then get rid of their bad karma that they have done, in their lives. Yeah? I mean, there's a never-ending circle of birth and death. Yeah? And it is up to us, to find the way out. And the Lord Buddha was the only teacher, who taught us the way out. And the way out, is Sila Samadhi Panya. So it is keeping the 5 precepts, or when we are here, the 8 precepts are for us as monks, the 227 precepts. Meiji is also the 8 precepts. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we just keep them. Yeah? We don't fiddle around with them. No, I think, maybe I can do it like this. Maybe I can do it. No. We just keep them. Huh? And then we don't have to worry about it. So one of the 3 columns of the Eightfold Path, is out of our way. Yeah? And then we need to rest in samadhi, and then we need to train samadhi, and that is, for most of us as Westerners, very difficult. Yeah? It is very difficult because the mind likes to think. Yeah, it constantly thinks. Yeah? It thinks about the future, it thinks about the past, it remembers the past, and makes plans for the future, and so on. Yeah? And this we have to stop. We have to be in the present moment. In the present moment, that is, yeah, when there is no thoughts and when there is no memories. Yeah? Just the present moment. Just be aware of what is going on. Yeah? Can we do that? No. Because instantly the thoughts are dragging us out. Yeah, oh, this was so nice. I mean, if we get a nice moment, in our practice, then we instantly think, oh, this is so nice. I want to stay there forever. And this moment we are out already. Yeah. Or, how can I get it again? And all these thoughts, they constantly drag us out. Yeah. And we believe them. We believe them. Because they are us. Huh? It's me. It's my thought. Huh? It's my feeling. Yeah? It's my body. Yeah? It's my memories. And it's my consciousness. Huh? No, it's not. Who knows that there is a feeling coming up? Who knows that there is a thought coming up? Who knows that there is a memory coming up? Who knows consciousness arises and ceases? Huh? There's something else. Huh? There's the driver of the car in the car. Yeah? When the driver gets out, he looks at the car and looks at all the parts of the car. Yeah? He looks at the vinyan, the consciousness of the car. Yeah? But we only look after our car. All our life we look after our car. Yeah? And then one of the parts of our car dies, and that is the body, and then we look for another body. Yeah? And then we look for another body. Yeah? And that depending on our karma, we get this kind of body, a human body, or we can go to the heavenly realm and get a heavenly body, or we go to the lower realms, get an animal body or ghost body, or hell. Yeah? And there's no end unless we make a choice, So samadhi is the important thing, to get to the present moment, to know what is going on in our heart, to know that there's the intention to think, to know that there is the intention to memorize. Why can we not make this so interesting that we forget about everything else? This we have to make so interesting. Yeah? Just this moment, when is the thought? When is the intention of a thought coming up? Yeah? But no, I mean we get our sati, we get our awareness when there are already 15 wagons of thoughts are coming along. Yeah? Oh, I have thought. Yeah? Yeah? Then cut it down. Yeah? To 10 thoughts, then cut it down to 5 thoughts, then cut it down to 2 thoughts, then cut it down to 1 thought, then cut it down to half a thought, then cut it down to the beginning of the thought, and then catch the intention of the thought. That's interesting. We have to make these things, we have to make it interesting, because 100% interested is 100% concentration. And when we are concentrated, 100% concentration, everything else disappears. Some people know it if they have some sort of hobby, I mean, if they're only interested in their hobby, what they are doing, it is not the same as samadhi, but it is, the thing is similar. They forget everything else, yeah? They don't even know if some people are coming in, the wife puts some coffee on their table, they don't even notice it because they are so interested in what they are doing, yeah? So we should be so interested in what we are doing, be it the Buddha or be it the breath, yeah? Not letting go of anything, not following this thought or that thought. Then we can completely get absorbed, and we can enter samadhi. When we can enter samadhi, we see that there is no problems in this world, that the problems only arise with our thinking and with our memory. Because in samadhi there are no problems. How can there be problems if there is no thought? But we don't want to let go of these thoughts, because these thoughts, just like Descartes said, cogito ergo sum. I think, therefore I am. That means when I don't think, I am not there anymore. And that is the beauty of the whole thing. We are not there anymore. There's just a pure space of experience. The experience doesn't go away, feeling doesn't go away, hearing doesn't go away. But there's nobody who takes hold of these things, and that is the point when we reach samadhi. Nobody, there's just things happening, and only in the present moment. One moment is gone, the next moment comes. Until we go even further, until we stick with our Buddha or stick with our breath. until the whole world, first of all, our body disappears, slowly disappears, the legs disappear, the arms disappear, the head disappears, and only only around our chitta, only around our heart, stays there, and then we enter Appana Samadhi, and then the whole world disappears. Not only this world, the whole universe disappears. There's nothing left, and then we see. That's what we think. There's nothing left. Yes, there is something left, and that is the thing that we strive for. That is what you call the preview of Nibbana. If you can see that preview of Nibbana, what holds us back, to end it? But when we come out of Samadhi, everything is the same. Nothing has changed. So we want to go back. That's fine. Now let's go back. Until we get really satiated with Samadhi. And then we start to do investigation. And what do we investigate? That is the third column, developing wisdom. Developing wisdom by investigating the 5 khandhas. The 5 khandhas. What is the first khandha? That is the most dominant khandha. It's the body. Vedana is the second. Feeling. Be it bodily feeling or mental feeling. Then thoughts. Short kind of thoughts. And then memory, and then consciousness. But in the beginning, we are only concerned about 2 things: bodily feelings, mental feelings, and especially this body. So we want to separate ourselves from this body to see it. So we close our eyes, and cut off all the parts of the body until nothing sits there, and all the parts are out in front of us. You see? There's the foot, there's the head, and we can even, take the brain out of the head and look at it, and then put it there, put it nicely, and put the upper torso, the lower torso, or, open it up, take off the skin, and open it up and see all this matter. And when we have all these parts outside, where is the body? The only body part. There's no body. And who sits there and knows that there are body parts? That's the chitta. And that's where we want to go. We want to separate the chitta, because the chitta is not within the 5 khandhas. We want to separate it out from the body part. But the moment we take one of the body parts and put it back here, suddenly our eye arises again. Oh, it's me, it's mine. And then take it out again, and then there is no eye sitting there. There's just body part there. And then we grab hold of one of the body parts, or assemble the body, you can assemble it anyway. Try it, have fun with it. Assemble the body, that you put your head between the legs, and the legs, on your shoulders and so on. And look at it, What do we call body? We need to get interested, so we need to make these things really interesting, So do it all sorts of ways, Or just, strip everything off, and just leave the skeleton there, and then just walk through, with the skeleton, Or in the morning, when you see all these people, just see them as skeletons, It's very interesting, Where is then the woman? Where is the male? There's no woman, there's no man. They're just skeletons walking around. And it looks very funny, sometimes you have to laugh out loud when you really see it. Where's the difference? So, separate out the chitta. Separate out the chitta from the body until it really sticks, until it really you really know it. And this is something that we really need to know. This is something we need to understand. Unless we have this experience, and this experience must be really clear, until we have this experience, we constantly assume we are the body. And then the body, some misfortune happens to the body. For instance, you cannot move your left side of the body or right side of the body, and then we are in complete misery. But if you're not attached to the body, the chitta is free of this body. Then we are not in misery. We don't have to be in misery. we can use the talk. We still, I mean, the chitta is not the body. And we have to train the chitta. But before we probably can go into the body investigation deeply, we have to do some investigation of dukkha vedanas, of painful feelings. I mean, not only sit for 45 minutes or for 1 hour, start to sit for 2 hours or 3 hours or 4 hours until really the pain comes. The first thing that becomes with pain. This is a predominant prerequisite for investigation, any kind of feelings. So start with dukkha vedana, that comes very easily. Start with dukkha vedana, investigate dukkha vedana, investigate painful feelings. The first thing that we have to do, we have to accept it. Breathe it in, accept it. The moment we want to get rid of the pain through investigation, we fail. We always fail. We want to be interested. What is pain? Where is the pain? Is it constant? Is it moving? Is it an area? Is it in the skin? Is it in the bones? Is it in the tendons? Is it in the muscles? Where is the pain? And the interesting thing is, if we really get down to it, if we really get interested, it helps us overcome some of this tiredness that constantly bothers us. When the pain comes up, you are not tired anymore. You want to, So investigate it. And when you really get down, it is not in the skin. You notice it is not in the skin. It is not in the bones, because since you're born, I mean, you have these bones, you have these muscles, you have these tendons, you have this flesh, and you have this, So where actually is the pain? When you come very close, then the pain disappears. And it appears in another place. It is so strange. I mean, you couldn't really stand. I mean, it was so excruciating pain. And from one moment to the next, it's gone. And then you know it's magic. But then it appears in another place. So then we go to this place, and do the same thing, investigate it in the same way. And then we follow the pain until it shows us where it's actually coming from. And then we understand a little bit about pain. And that is, the important thing is to first to accept pain and not to want to get rid of it. The moment we start, we want to get rid of pain, by investigating it. Some people are clever, we investigate it and then the pain is gone. No, it won't go. No, we really want to understand, we really want to feel every aspect of this pain. How does it feel? Let's go and look in the whole body, breathe it in the pain, and go just into this feeling. And that is the same thing we have to do with any kind of feeling. Be it anger, or be it lust, or be it, be it wanting or not wanting, any kind of feeling. We can investigate in the same way. But the easiest way is to start with dukkha vedana, painful feelings. Because it's constant. The other feelings are very fleeting nature. I mean, you just concentrate and then they are gone. So that is not the way. So I mean, we start with this painful feeling when we sit long in samadhi. Then we start. Breathe it in, really feel it. I mean, go through the whole body. Take the whole body in your concentration and feel the pain. And then go to the spot, go to the area where the pain is, and then start the investigation. If you don't accept the pain, you will never come to the truth of the pain. Even if you know where the pain arises, it is not helpful, because the pain is still there. You have to see it, we have to see, we have to teach the heart to see it, where it actually arises, the pain. Because the body does not know any pain. The body doesn't even know what is pain. The body just reacts depending on its circumstances. But we feel it as being painful, or we feel it as being lustful, or we feel it as being good, or we feeling as being good. bad. Yeah? And that's where we have to get to. So, the investigation of the body, and then, then separate out, and do it, you might have to do it 100 times, 1,000 times, 10,000 times, until it really clicks, And so when we say until the Groschen ist gefallen, until the coin drops, I don't know what the English expression is. Same? Similar? Yeah. Okay, good. Until the coin drops, and then we know, In this knowing, nobody can take away from us, And then we don't worry about this body, but we take care of this body. Because, it's just like the owner of a car takes care of his body, of his car, but he's not overly concerned, And that is the same thing happens to us. If we know that the body and the chitta are two different things, we take care of the body, but we are not overly concerned. And especially we are not so afraid of death anymore. Because we know, what dies is the body, It's not me who dies. Okay. Du machst so eine Leidenswege. Merkst du das? Verstehst du ein bisschen was? Ja. Es ist so wenig Deutsche, da kann man nicht so viel Deutsch sprechen. Ja, fast 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, okay, now, do you have any, it's enough for today. Do you have any questions? No questions? Yeah?
It seems like that living under strict rules, it's easy to fall into finding fault in others, even making another person's blamelessly behavior look biased and unjust. And it conversely, it's not easy to cultivate some kind of Brahma Vihara.
It is not easy, because we are trained in this way.
And is there any good way to develop and enhance such elements?
Yes, there is a good way. The first good way is not to look what other people are doing. That is the best way, even the Lord Buddha said, if you live in a monastery, behave like you're living alone. So don't be interested in what other people are doing, just be interested in what you are doing. But he also said, because there's some constraints, when you live in a community. When you live alone, behave like you live in a monastery. So to have these constraints that are in the monastery, but living alone is not to pay attention to what other people do. Unless you want to understand, you want to know, as a young bhikkhu, you want to know how things are done. Then you look at the senior bhikkhus, how they do it, and then you follow, You follow them up, you do it as the other bhikkhus teach you. But it has a lot to do with our conceit, with our wrong views and wrong thinking. So what we can do is when we start to blame somebody else, start to blame yourself. Find out what kind of thought, came before that blame. Because that has nothing to do with what the other person has done. It is dissatisfaction with yourself. You are unhappy about your own actions. You are unhappy about the state of the mind. And now, because we are unhappy, because we are taught, the unhappiness comes from outside, then we look for something outside. And you have noticed, if you see something, if you think somebody does something wrong, when you're in a good mood, it doesn't bother you. But when you are not in a good mood, it bothers you. And that's where you look for blame. So that's why we go inside. When you see you do it, go instantly inside and look at the feeling that you have. Yeah? What kind of mood are you in? Yeah? Are you dissatisfied? Do you have dukkha? And then correct the dukkha in here. Yeah? Difficult. We are over-judgmental, and that holds nearly true for, especially for the Westerners, but also, also for the Asians, just judgmental, And this is something very difficult, we have to tell us over and over again, you are not right, you are not right, you are not right, you don't know, Until it starts to stick, and until it starts to soften it up. And then you see, there's no problem with it. It was the problem was all in my heart. Okay, any other questions? Du kannst auch auf Deutsch fragen, wenn du willst, But je ne peux pas le français. I cannot take any French questions.
One thing about pain, when pain is so strong, is it okay to overbreathe for a while?
To breathe?
To overbreathe.
Overbreathe? Why would you do it? You want to get rid of the pain. And that's what we don't want to. Yeah? We want to inhale it, not to overbreathe it. Yeah? Try, If you can't take the pain anymore, then stop, raise your wise flag and say, Kilesas, I retreat.
For this time.
For this time.
I try again.
And next time, I fight again. But I will fight, 1 second or 10 seconds longer than I fought today. This way you don't lose completely, You gain, But there are points where we just have to raise the white flag, Because we are not yet at that stage, where we can overcome or we can see through it, So it is okay, to raise the white flag and say, okay, you're cleverer, you defeated me, I admit it. And that is a very important thing, to admit the defeat. We don't want to admit the defeat. We just want, we want to get rid of it, that we were defeated. Admitting the defeat, is a very good thing. And then telling oneself, next time I go again, and I do a little bit longer.
Because maybe sometimes only it's not that always to lose, like when it's like.
But that is the kilesas who tell you always lose. No. Each time we gain a few seconds more. That is a gain. That's not losing. But the important thing in this battle is to admit the defeat. To really tell ourselves, okay, the kilesas got me. I lost. But at the same moment, make a new determination that the next time you want to go on a little bit longer. It takes patience. We can't overcome this within 1 month or 1 year. How long have you been that way? How long have we trained the wrong way? How long did we drive? Did we drive our cart in the wrong direction? Into the mud. And the deeper it is in the mud, the longer we have to draw it out. If we did some drawing out in the last lives, it is easier. But we don't know, so we can only be patient, and do it again. And do it again. And then we see it, we really don't want to. But this don't want to, comes from the kilesas. It's not you. The Dhamma wants to go on. And if they don't want to, say, okay, go and sleep, and leave me alone, damn it. It's not you, the kilesas, who suggest all these things that we don't get anyway. These are these are the ones, it's not our friend, it's our enemy. So we should make it to us clear, it's our enemy, it's not me, it's not mine. It doesn't belong to me. Oh, Buddha told us, these things. Doesn't mean, anatta. It's not me, it's not mine, it doesn't belong to me. Whatever I can see, whatever I can experience cannot be me. Yeah? So we should use it. Yeah? So when they tell you you're a loser, tell you, okay, you're a loser, go to bed, and sleep off. Maybe then you become a winner. Yeah? But now I'm sitting on. Yeah? We really have to see this. Yeah? I mean, what is it? When you look at European history, there are two people, two really famous writers. Yeah? One was Goethe, yeah? And the other one was Shakespeare. Yeah? And they all taught us about this battle in the heart. Yeah? And Goethe said, there are two souls inhabiting my chest. Yeah? It is the darkness and it's the light. Yeah? Or it's the devil and whatever you call it. Yeah? And that is the truth. Yeah? Yeah? Shakespeare said something about, I don't know what he said in this case, but he said something about in this life, in this role, on this stage, in the next life, on this role, in that role, on that stage. Yeah? But people did not understand. Yeah? They couldn't grasp the idea. Yeah? They always think, we are only good, and the evil is the bad thing. No, neither the good nor the evil is ours. Yeah? We know there is good and we know that there is bad. Yeah? And they are not us. Yeah? So we have to fight them. Yeah? We develop, of course, we develop the good that wants to practice. Yeah? Okay, develop it. Yeah? And the loser, let him go to sleep. Yeah? Or, let him go have fun. Yeah? Go and have fun, but leave me alone. Yeah? Be creative. We need to be extremely creative in this kind of battles. Yeah? Over-serious, will break us. Yeah? Don't break the back of the horse you're riding on. Yeah? Don't strain it too much. Yeah? Be creative. Yeah? The moment we understand there are two souls inhabiting outside. And Lungta Mahaprabhu said the same thing. Yeah? He said avijja and the darkness and the light, yeah, and the Dhamma. Yeah? And whoever has control over the five khandhas, yeah, because they share one throne. Yeah? And this one throne, yeah, has the power over all the five khandhas. Yeah? So it can create thoughts, it can create memories, and it can create feelings and so on. Yeah? And create this body. Yeah? And it depends on whoever has the control over this throne. Yeah? And he said most of the time, the kilesas are sitting on and the Dhamma wants to. Yeah? But the kilesas are pushing it off. Yeah? So we have to, get more and more the Dhamma onto the throne that it can control. Yeah? Be creative. Yeah? Overstretching is breaking us. Yeah? And that especially for the Germans. Yeah? And some of the French as well. We are over-serious. Yeah? And that is not good. The Swiss, of course, as well. Yeah? It's all the German-speaking nations, Over-serious is not the thing. Yeah? If we are serious, then we sit down. Yeah? But then we relax. Yeah? We don't push. Yeah? Unless it is really necessary, unless, kilesas don't give us any space, yeah? Then we push for a while, and then we let go. Yeah? Then we relax, and then observe what is happening, yeah? But pushing too much, yeah, is breaking the back, and you will only lose, yeah? And the kilesas love that, yeah? Yeah. I've seen so many Westerners, who pushed 4 years, they're working very hard, the Thais were astonished, oh wow, they're really, and after 4 years, took off the ropes and went back. Yeah? That's not the way, yeah? That's why I said be creative, okay, when we see the kilesas, how they work, okay, how can I deal with them, yeah? Let's try it another way, yeah? And let's try it another way, yeah? Maybe I get around like this, maybe I get around like this, maybe they don't fall for this, yeah? Don't just go always with the same kind of weapon. They know it. They already have their defense shield. Huh? So, and then it becomes a play. Once we get really into the practice, it becomes a play. How can I deal with this? How can I deal with this? Yeah, and then things becomes interesting, and we don't mind, if there is pain and anything else. Yeah, if it is difficult. Yeah, it doesn't matter to us because we want, we want to know how can we deal with this situation? How can we deal with that situation? Yeah? But we are so used that somebody tells us, oh, that's what you do in this situation, yeah? And then we go, yeah? And nothing happens, and then, yeah? I cannot do it. There's nothing that you cannot do. Yeah? Whatever you want to do, yeah, you can do. If you want to fly, you can even fly. Yeah? There's a way, yeah? But that's not what we are trying to do. Yeah? If you want, to go with your chitta around the world, or even, around, 31 realms of, and see them how they are, you can. Yeah? But that is not what we want to do. Yeah? If it happens, it's fine. It's a good lesson, if you go and watch the beings in hell. Yeah? And then remind yourself, if I'm not making the way out, sooner or later I will be down there, with my companions. We are all friends, yeah. All my friends are down there. Huh? Verstanden? Capisco? Yeah?
Practitioner Dhamma. We have two main ways of meditation in Anapanasati.
Yeah.
Bring meditation on breath.
Yeah.
Whichever I choose one, either Buddha or breath, I should apply in the same way in every posture
Yes.
or activity.
Yes.
So, but I don't have any problem in sitting meditation.
Yeah.
But the eating,
Yeah.
walking meditation,
Yeah.
it's not easy to put my entire attention on, how to call it, the breath.
Yeah. That's fine.
So I appreciate it if you could teach me how to meditate in the, how to call it, the other posture, apart from sitting meditation.
There's sitting meditation, there's standing meditation, there's walking meditation. You can use, Buddha, you can use the breath, yeah. But for one, what I say normally, for one session, yeah, how long, you decide, okay, for the next 3 hours, I do walking meditation, then you should stick to the Buddha, or you should stick to the breath. After the session, you can change to something else. You can change to the breath when you have done Buddha before. It doesn't really matter, yeah? But over the time, you will choose your favorite. The longer you do it and the calmer you get, you don't want to change, yeah? From the breath to the Buddha or from the Buddha to the breath. But in the beginning, you want to change because the mind wants to change. It's this boring, always to watch the breath or always to do the Buddha, yeah? So it wants to change, yeah? Okay, as long as you stick to Buddha or the breath, it is fine, yeah? But don't change it within one session, yeah? If you decide, okay, I sit for 1 hour, then stay with the breath or stay with the Buddha. Yeah? And if it is very difficult in the beginning, use the Buddha with breathing in and the Do with breathing out. Yeah? And then any kind of other, just look, whatever is comfortable. When you do walking, is it more comfortable to observe the breath, or is it more comfortable to repeat the Buddha? Yeah? And then today, you see, it is more easy to do the Buddha, and tomorrow it is more easy to do the breath. That's no problem, yeah? But within a session, we should not change, yeah?
even though whenever I eat meals.
Yeah,
still
putto,
breakfast,
putto, putto, putto. Ne?
even the breath, I should concentrate on.
Yeah, I mean, observe the breath.
It's not easy. I should try.
Yes. Yeah. Try it, yeah. And then you feel what you eat. Yeah? Because I mean, normally we eat only what we think we eat, yeah? But we don't know what we eat. Yeah? Yeah. I mean, look, I mean, have one day of sati, you know, when you're in front of your boat, and then watch your mind, you know, he already makes a whole meal plan. And then he goes after this meal plan. He doesn't know what he eats, you know. I mean, he tastes a little bit, you know, and then he's already on the next. Oh, what am I going to eat next? Oh, I want more of this, you know. Why didn't I take more, you know? Oh, yeah. This is not practice. Practice, you know. Practice is, it takes a long time. Practice is, you know, being with the Buddha or being with the breath while you eat and taste, yeah? And then, you know, when you taste, when you actually have the taste, you know, I mean, differentiate between the 7 different kinds of taste. Salty, you know, greasy, you know, and so on, bitter and sweet, yeah? And oily, or whatever the 7, I never get them all together. Yeah. But you know, yeah? But it doesn't happen, yeah? So we have to train it every time. So before you go and sit down, you know, I mean, make yourself clear before. I mean, we have this reflection in the beginning. So, I mean, at the end of the reflection, when the Ajahn starts to eat, determine, okay, I want to be very aware of what is going on while I'm eating. Yeah. So you see the plan already. I mean, you just tasted a little bit on the tongue, and then already the eyes are looking for the next thing to eat. Yeah. You're not with the taste anymore. So you really don't know how it tastes, yeah? And how this taste is different from the other taste. Okay? More or less understood, yeah? It's not easy. I mean, it is the most difficult because it's the only thing, it's the only time where we think we can enjoy, yeah? And then we just gulp it in, you know, we just put it in, and our eyes eat, you know, yeah, our stomach doesn't eat, and afterwards our stomach feels sick, you know, because we didn't eat the right things, yeah. And then the next thing, you know, once we eat, you know, we have to see how the food, you know, how the body adjusts to the food that has been eaten, yeah. So if we are aware of what we eat, we know exactly what causes the problem, what kind of food causes the problem, yeah. Or not problem, or what kind of food is good for our practice and what kind of food is not good for our practice. I mean, we have to learn, you know, I mean, completely new way of living, yeah? And that's why we are here. Huh?
But the thing is, when you start eating and you're thinking, no, not thinking, just observe the taste and thing, is that
Yeah.
indulging yourself?
No? Why should you indulge it? If you don't think, you don't indulge.
Sour, this taste, whatever.
No, you know what it tastes like. You don't have to put a label on it. Yeah? I mean, every kind of food, you know, has several tastes. Yeah? Yeah? So you try to differentiate, you know, all these tastes. Yeah? There's some things, there's some sweet, there's something bitter in it, there's some greasy in it, you know, oily in it, you know, and there's some, yeah, whatever, sour, yeah? And then you don't indulge. Indulge is thinking about the food, how delicious it is. That is indulging. Yeah? If you think, oh, this is so delicious, you know, I want more, this is indulging in food. Yeah? But, you know, I mean, getting really to the point of, you know, knowing the taste, the real taste of the food. Yeah? And then the next bite, you know, from a different kind of food, you know, and then differentiate. Yeah? It all comes down to the 7 tastes. Yeah? But we love it. Yeah? And it is difficult. Yeah? But every morning after the reflection about the food, yeah, make a determination, I want to be, and you will see after the 3rd bite, you're gone. Yeah? And then there's only eating. I need more, I need more, I need more. I don't want to get hungry in the afternoon. Yeah? And all these things, the mind, you should record your thoughts, when you're eating. Attach a recorder, and then listen later on, or make a reflection after, you're eating, make a reflection of what was going on in the mind. Yeah? It is, a whirlwind of, Okay, so. Any more? Yeah.
Like how I understand, we have the Buddha always with us, but the sati is always there, like the awareness or the openness, like it's by the same time somehow, that we don't like have the total focus on the Buddha, so that the awareness is open, or like how does it like function?
The awareness is aware of the Buddha.
Okay.
The awareness should be always there. Yeah? It is aware of the Buddha, just like you're aware of any kind of feeling. Yeah? And this awareness, that is what we have to foster. Yeah? Being aware of whatever happens in the heart. But because we go out on, onto something, latch onto something, the awareness is gone. Yeah? The awareness is gone out. Yeah? And the sat, the awareness is not gone out, but the mind has gone out, to this object. Yeah? You cannot, yeah? You cannot foster the awareness, except for, with training, training to be aware of the Buddha or being aware of the breath. Yeah? And the longer you can be aware of the breath or Buddha, and the better you know the detail, the deeper the awareness gets. Yeah? That's how we cannot tell ourselves, I want to be aware. It doesn't help. Yeah? That's why we need the object to focus on. Yeah?
So like the concentration is coming by the sati, like if we have more sati, then the concentration is just going up by itself.
Concentration just means, to be able to concentrate on one object, but sati is aware of the object. Mm-hmm. So concentration and sati is different things. No? Okay.
So during meditation, when I train for samadhi, I should practice the concentration or the sati or both?
No, you put your focus on the Buddha. Yeah? And then that is how you train sati. You know that the Buddha is there, you know that the Buddha is gone, you know that the Buddha is slow, you know that the Buddha is fast, you know that the Buddha is deep, you know that the Buddha is shallow. We need, in the beginning we might need to put labels on it, yeah? When we know, it's fast, yeah, or it's slow, it's deep, it's shallow, yeah? But in the end we don't need these labels, we just know, yeah? We have to get to the knowingness, yeah? The knowingness is always there, but it's most of the time is a black dark cloud over this knowingness, yeah? And we have to remove this black dark cloud, from this knowingness, because it is always there. It is not something that you can. Concentration is just, putting, just means, we put our attention onto one spot. Yeah? And we don't want to let go of the spot. Yeah? Okay. You put your eyebrows so I thought... It's difficult, it's confusing for most of the people. Yeah? Don't just be with the Buddha, just know that the Buddha is fast and slow. Yeah? And don't worry about these things. Yeah?
One more question.
Because that is trying, to figure out something, and this figuring out is not helpful. Yeah? Do it. Yeah? You should know, yeah? You have to do something, you can imagine, your sculpture like this, but nothing happens if you don't put the hammer and the chisel on it. Yeah? The sculpture doesn't appear on its own, but in our imagination it is there. Yeah? So we have to put our attention on the Buddha or on the breath, and then know how the breath is. Yeah? And this is something that most of people don't want to do. They don't want to know, I'm Buddha, 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 Buddha. Yeah? This is not. Yeah? Knowing, is the Buddha there? Is it fast? Is it slow? Is it deep? Is it shallow? Or whatever. Yeah? Is it at the beginning? Is it in the middle? Is it at the end? Yeah? It's just the same as we do with the breath. Yeah? And the more we get interested in this Buddha, it automatically, develops or stirs up this awareness. Yeah? Okay. So anything more? Yeah?
Like we have this pain in the body and it's really strong, and we cannot concentrate on the Buddha anymore longer, then we do the pain investigation.
Yeah.
And when the mental feeling went really, really strong, we try to force on the Buddha still, or is there also some kind of time
when there's a mental feeling? Yeah,
like when there's much suffering, like in the mind, or like when there's some strong condition coming up.
When there's some strong condition coming up, the best way is to repeat your Buddha, and then the strong condition has to vanish. Because mind, it is quite a bit different, yeah? Feeling, the feelings of the mind, yeah? Mostly by coming through thoughts and memory. So, if you're with Buddha, these doesn't arise. But if you're not with the Buddha, then they come, and they creep in, yeah? And then fool you, yeah? That's much easier to deal with it, if you are really interested, these things don't come up. However, if some situation comes up, that comes up very often, then deal after the meditation with it. Deal with it, look into it, yeah. But if you have not done any investigation of bodily feeling, of painful feeling, then it is very difficult because the mind instantly runs away, yeah. It goes into assumptions, and that is not what we do. Yeah, if we go into a situation that mind in a situation of a mind feeling, yeah, we have to retract. We have to go back and back and back and back and back. Yeah, what came before? Okay, now there's the feeling. What came before this feeling? What kind of thought and memory did arise? What kind of thought and memory did arise? What kind of feeling did arise? Yeah, until we find the stone that caused the avalanche. And that is much more difficult, yeah, because we instantly get an assumption, yeah, and then we latch onto this assumption, and it just leads us, into the wide open, yeah, and nothing comes out of it, yeah. This is not how we investigate mind feelings, yeah. We want to go just like with the investigation of the bodily dukkha, yeah. We want to go to the source of it, yeah. We want to know where it is coming from. It's not easy. It's not easy. Yeah. And the important thing, as I said so often, the daily reflection. Yeah. It's the key to understanding what is going on in our heart. Yeah? At the end, towards the end of the day, have a reflection with what kind of thoughts you woke up with, what kind of feelings, came, what kind of memories came up, and so on, and so on, and so on. And just look at it without judging. And that is so difficult. We always want to say, that was good and this was bad. No! Neither is it good, nor is it bad. We just want to know what happened, what kind of thought came up, what kind of feeling came up, what kind of memory came up, what caused, what caused this feeling to come up. When we go through, we see how these things evolve, yeah. Like the sugar, the how do you call it, the sugar cotton, cotton sugar, cotton wool, cotton candy, yeah, the cotton candy. You have a hot pine, yeah, and you throw some sugar in it, boop, 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 stir it around, and then it becomes so big. Yeah? When you just look at the sukha, there's nothing to it. Huh? And that's the same thing, with our mind feelings. Yeah? So we have to go back to the sukha, before it is thrown into the pen, and gets moving around. Yeah? So one more question, yeah? Just one. One interesting question. The rest we do the next time.
I'm practicing body contemplation and asubha. After samadhi, I watch post-mortem videos. I observe involuntary body movements like trembling, shaking, and tremors when I sit for samadhi. Initially, it was very mild, but lately it is intense. I see results, but I am not able to practice samadhi due to my body movements. Please advise.
The body movements come from a disturbed mind, So, being able to practice samadhi, he has to let go out of these thoughts, that he has done in asubha practice. He has to completely get rid of these thoughts, concentrate on the Buddha, or concentrate on the breath, and completely be absorbed in the breath. Yeah? Then this trembling doesn't occur. Yeah? This trembling is thoughts or memories coming up that disturb the practice. Yeah? What he can do is, for 2 or 3 weeks, he just stops this, and sees if he gets back into samadhi. Yeah?
It's a double question. Can I ask the
Yeah.
second one?
What's the second one?
Because the same person is planning to go and practice in a graveyard for 6 days.
Mm-hmm.
He will get water and food from a nearby temple, and he sees his kilesas playing games with him and asks for your advice. Yeah,
if he sees the kilesas playing games with him, then he should check out the kilesas. Yeah. The moment we see our enemy, we can deal with the enemy. Yeah. If we don't see it, if we believe, if the kilesas make us believe it is us, then it is difficult to deal with it. And then we have to put them and then put them out. Yeah. But the moment we can see them, we can say, okay, go away. Go lie into the grave. Whatever you want. Yeah. The important thing is sati. Yeah. And I wouldn't yet do it. If your sati is not strong. Yeah? If your samadhi is not good. People can get into a frenzy. So he should be careful, when he's doing it. Yeah, fear can be quite overwhelming. Yeah? So he should only do it, if his samadhi is good. Yeah? And if he can also, when he is in the graveyard, just close his eyes, rest in samadhi. But what is the fear? When we are in a graveyard, we are afraid of ghosts. Yeah? Or we are afraid of death, or whatever. Yeah? It's an eerie feeling. Yeah, yeah. And then look at the. I explained everything. How we investigate these feelings, how we can investigate these feelings. Yeah? Leave them. And what is the problem with this kind of feeling? And then, the moment we can accept it, we can see what comes below this feeling. Yeah? What kind of thoughts and memories, bring up this feeling. Yeah? And then we can see, each layer down, until we come really to self. Yeah? Maybe it is the fear of death. Yeah, maybe we are afraid of death. Yeah? But it doesn't appear like that. Yeah? It appears like the fear of ghosts, or the fear, fear of this or fear of that. Yeah? Or fear of night, or fear of the unknown. Yeah. So we have to go down layer by layer by layer. So only people, with enough sati, with enough samadhi, I would suggest that. Especially 6 days. Yeah. Just one night, it's okay. Yeah. If he wants to stay there for 6 days, he better have good samadhi. Huh? Okay. So, enough for today. What is it? Already late.
It's stop.
What stopped?
The time is not, it's wrong.
Why don't you get it to work sometimes? Yeah, I mean, just put some batteries in.
We do once a while.
Once in a while, you know, every year. Huh?
No, like strange clock.
Then put them. Normally, these clocks work for years. Yeah, I mean, if you could put good batteries in.
I changed not so long ago. Then again.
You're not the only one. There are lots of people sitting around.
No, it's something strange in the clock.
Okay. So what time is it actually? Was?
17:55.
That's why.
17:56 Uhr jetzt.
Diese Schweizer.
Stunde.
Diese wie heißt es, Pitzli-Kacker oder was?
17:50 nach 18:55.
Nein, ich habe 17:55.
Ah, ich habe verstanden 18:50. Das ist eine Stunde.
Wie heißt es? Düppelschießen. Korrekten Kacker.